let's make a bracelet. Hey y'all, it's April. Thanks for stopping by my crazy creative life. In today's video, I'm using this Curated Bead Box Notes of Sepia, and if you watched my unboxing, if not, then I will put it in the iCard here and in the description box below. But in that unboxing, I believe I said that on that video, that I was wanting to make my daughter a bracelet because this is just, you know, this is her colors, and especially like the music and stuff. I know she would absolutely love this bracelet. I'm not going to use all of the beads in here. I was playing around, and I don't think, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I don't think would like these browns. Oops, these browns. And that's almost like a honey color. So I'm not going to use those, but I think I will use everything else in here. So let me get some of this cleared away and we'll get started. As I've told you in the unboxing, they always send like a kit, a finding starter kit. So this elastic is in that finding starter kit, and so is some Jumprings. I think I pulled those from my stash, but it still comes with, wherever they've, yeah, right there, it still comes with Jumprings. I just forgot I had those and grabbed those, so it's not really a big deal. Okay, so I'm going to grab it with my hand, and then it's coming around my hand, and then I just wrap it around and just overlap it a little bit, about like that, and then we'll clip it, and that should be enough. Alright, now, anytime that you use this stretch cord, you can't hardly even see it when I do that, you always have to pre-stretch it, because if you don't, once you get your beads on there, and the weight of the beads, you know, get on here and you start wearing it, then it's going to stretch out some, and then you'll see elastic instead of beads. So I always just take it and I'm just tugging it, and you can feel it stretching in your hand. And then that definitely makes it longer. That's probably enough now for two. But I'm not going to clip it yet. I'm going to wait till I get to the end of it and see how much I need to cut off of it. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. Alright, I'm taking one of these little doodads. I don't even remember what they're called, but they are linked down in my description box. But they're a handy little tool when you're doing, especially stretch bracelets. Okay, what I have figured out with her, what I think she will like, I'm going to start off with these. They were 6mm Dalmatian Jasper style beads. So I'm going to start off with one of those. Then I'm going to grab one of these 10mm black semi-matte glass bead. Then we will do another Dalmatian. That's what we're looking like so far. Okay, next we're going to get one of these silver. It was 6mm silver iron spacer bead. Okay, well, that was a struggle. Alright, so next we will be doing, what am I doing next actually? Okay, we're going to be grabbing one of these 8mm Jasper style glass beads. So this was the Jasper style, and then that's the Dalmatian Jasper. Then I'm going to grab one of these clear ones. And another, just the Jasper. Okay, then we will grab a silver spacer bead again. That's where we're at. Okay, and then we'll start with that same pattern again. So we're going to do the Dalmatian. That matte black. Another Dalmatian. And a spacer bead. Okay, I want to see where that's coming on me at. Okay, yeah, I think I can go ahead and put my center, what I'd planned on doing. So next I'm grabbing one of these. They were 6mm white and black gemstone. They're very similar to the Dalmatian. I mean, it's pretty close. So here's this black and white. Okay, then this kit come with a 10mm black faceted cube bead. So this is actually a cube. It's not round. Yeah, I think you can see it there. Okay, so we'll take our little cube bead. And then, no, whoops, hang on. No, that's right. That's right, okay. Then we're going to take another of the white and black bead. And then this should be the center. So what I will do, we're going to go backwards because we're mirroring this bracelet. So we'll be starting here and going back that way. So we'll do the silver spacer bead. Oh, shoot, far. Hang on, I forgot something. I'll be right, I'll come. Okay, it won't take me a minute to put those back on. I'm also putting on, I can't believe I forgot these charms. They were the music, you've got a music note and then you've got the treble clef. So at every silver spacer bead, I am placing one of these. I'm going ahead and before I put it on, I'm going to put my jump ring. And let's see, we'll start off with this treble clef. Okay, just making sure that's closed. There we go. Okay, so now it's your call if you want to do it before the silver or after. Since I took all of it off, I'm doing it before the silver. So I've got a charm, the silver spacer. Sorry about that. And then let me just throw these on real quick. Okay, I'm getting ready to put on another silver spacer bead, so I'm going to grab another charm. Put on our note. Alright, so I'm going to slide it on. And then slide our silver bead on. Then the Dalmatian one. Okay, I'm getting ready to put on another spacer bead, so I will get another charm. So this, it's the treble clef's turn again. And of course, you can alternate them however you want to. That you're going to be your bracelet. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Okay. And then that was that white and black bead. The square bead. The white and black bead. Okay, now we are back where we started. With the exception, I've got my beads on here now. Okay, so we're going backwards. So we'll be going in that direction. So this time you're going to put on, if you want to keep it the same way, you're going to put on a spacer bead. And then a charm. You think you got these Jumprings closed, and then you look down and they're not. Okay, so since we're going back that direction, I need the Dalmatian bead. The matte black round. The Dalmatian bead. Then a spacer bead. Then a charm, and it looks like we are back at the treble clef. Okay. And now we're here. So we are taking that regular jasper, the clear one, this regular jasper, okay, let me see where it fits now. Okay. So it's time for a charm, so I'm going to grab a note. Then our silver spacer bead. So we are right here. Yeah. And then finally we're going to do that little set. So it will be the Dalmatian, the matte black, and a Dalmatian. And one last charm because these two are going to be meeting. Okay. So we need a treble clef. See? I think I have the darn thing closed, and then I don't. Okay. Alright, so that should be about right. Yeah. It looks like it's going to be just a little bit big, but by the time that I tie it, it will tighten it up. Because I've learned that the hard way. I'll get it right where it fits, and then I'll tighten it up, and then it's like, oh, it's too tight. Alright, so I'm pulling that down some. Now, that won't be enough to do another bracelet, but unless it's for a kid. Okay, so I'm grabbing my bracelet on both sides, and I'm crossing over, and I'm going to tie it like I would a shoelace. So we're going under, whatever, and then tight. Pull that real tight. Okay. Then I cross my fingers, and I'm going to wrap it once, coming back around and wrapping it twice. That's a surgeon's knot. I always like to come back in, if I can, and do it twice on that side. Okay, then you're just going to pull it tight. Now, if you want to, sometimes I'll go ahead and tie that again, just like I've done. But it really depends on where I ended up putting my knot. Because sometimes you can stick your knot like back through that bead, but where I've ended this, it ended with the little bead. Now, what some people do, they like to go in there and take some like jewelry glue or some kind of a permanent glue, and putting a little glue on that knot to keep it from coming apart. I like to take this nail glue. It's got like a fingernail polish bristle end, and I like that, putting the glue on. So let's try to stretch this out the best you can. Hopefully you can see how I got that stretched out. I've got this bead in behind this finger, and then my thumb's pulling these back. So this is opened. And then we're just going to add a little bit of glue around that knot. And then make sure it's dry before you let it go. I'm going to blow this until it gets dry. I'll be right back. Okay, it feels just a little tacky, but I think it'll be okay. So let's clip off their tails here. You want to clip it close to the knot, but leave just a little bit there because I have clipped it like right at the edge before and then it come apart. So I'm leaving like maybe a millimeter. I mean, it's very, hopefully I can pull that in and you can see that, but it's very, very little. But it's enough to still give it, not allow it to slip on through, if that makes any sense. What I'm trying to get out of my mouth. Ain't nothing wanting to come out of my mouth, right? Okay, same way with this one. I'm giving it just a little bit, leaving a little bit of a tail there. But like with anything, you live and learn. And hopefully, now you all seen it was big on me. Okay. Now it is snug, but it's not so tight that it's like hurting me, and I think she'll be fine. I think it'll fit on her good. But what do y'all think? Is it too many charms? Maybe I shouldn't put so many charms on it. I don't know. But I think she'll like all the charms. I think she'll like this bracelet, period. But if you need it just to be a little bit bigger, you can, instead of ending it, let's see, where did we end it at now? Right there, wasn't it? Yeah. Instead of stopping right there, then you can make another center and add the white and black and then that square and add it down here, and that'll give you a little bit extra length on the bracelet. But there you go, just a quick and easy bracelet for my youngin'. So there it is. Y'all let me know what you think. Okay, this come with this kit. This is, again, the August 2025 Curated Bead Box. And this came with it, and it said it was a 5-inch etched silver metal bookmark. Well, I had never seen these before, and then I was looking them up, and they are actually pretty. So I'm going to attempt to make her this, my same child. She's also a book reader, and I don't know. I know with the bracelet, I said I wasn't going to use any of these browns, but for this book, it's, knowing this is going on books, I don't know. It just said book to me, I guess, because it's, you know, some vintage colors, I guess. But anyway, so we'll try this. Okay, so we're going to start off with, this one is the dark brown crackle glass 10 millimeter. Then our spacer bead. And next we're going to do a 10 millimeter cinnamon jade style bead. It's this one. Now to me, that is cinnamon. I don't know how well you can see it, but in real life, I would consider cinnamon, and that I'd consider honey, but that's just me. That's how my brain is. But see that? All right, and then another spacer bead. Then that, what was it, 8 millimeter Jasper style Then one of those square beads, again, the Jasper style. Then a spacer bead. Okay. Then this one is 10mm black and semi-matte. No, hold on. I said the wrong one. This one is 10mm brown blossom spray glass bead. It's got a few colors of brown in there, some tan kind of. It almost makes me think of, what they call that bead? Is it cat eye? I think. Anyway, and then we'll end it with one of those crystal beads. Okay, now y'all know I'm not good, or I don't know if you say I'm not good or I just struggle or what, but anyway, this is the beading wire. This is, I think, Tiger Tail 7 string. And I had made a bracelet, I don't know, back however long ago, and it ended up breaking on me, and then by the time that I tried to redo it, it was too short for a bracelet, so it was laying here, and I thought, well, I will try to use that. Maybe it won't be so bad on something like this, but that's why this is already done. It's already got the it's already got the crimp bead on it down here, and then this thing, and I'll show you, I'll put another one on it here in a second. It is, I call it Captain Hook hand, but it's a clamshell. I think they call that a clamshell bead. And it's got, I opened that up a little bit so I could get to this a little easier. Anyway, it's got a hole right in the center if you're not familiar with that. So what we do, we will put the tiger tail up through the hole. And then I'm going to grab one of the Jumprings they sent, Crimp beads they sent. Okay, they're tiny. Alright, so I'm going to slide that on and let it fall all the way down. Okay, and it should fall down in the center of that. Now, if you can manage to get your crimp pliers in there, then that would work. I seem to never can. So I'm going to use my very thin chain nose pliers, and I'm giving it a good squeeze in there. I don't know if you can see or not, and I'm sorry. There's a good squeeze, and then I'm trying to come back in and squeeze it the opposite direction, if I can, to kind of fold it over itself. I think I done it. Okay, let's give it a tug test. Nope. Do I tug too hard or something, y'all? I don't know what in the crap I do. Okay, I guess I didn't fold it back over on itself. I don't know. So let's try this again. Okay, let me go off camera a second. Okay, feels like it's hanging on. I've just got a hold of that hook part. I'm jiggling it, and it seems like it's hanging on. So let's close it first, and then I'll clip off that wire. So I'm just taking my pliers and gently closing off that round part. Now let's clip it. And sometimes I clip that too close and then it falls on me again. So anyway, okay, hopefully that will work. And you want it somewhat dangly. I mean, you don't want it rigid. You want a little bit of flexibility to it. Okay, I think that might be okay. Alright, so I'm going to put the hook part on. You see that? I'll slide that through on the clear side. And I'm going to take wherever they're at, my round nose pliers, and then I'm going to grab a hold of it and just round it on down. Sometimes you have to go back in there and just give it a little squeeze. Okay, then I'm going to put something on the bottom here. I'm going to go ahead and close. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and round this and close it on off. There. Okay. Next, I'm going to take a jump ring. And put my note on there. No, I think, shoot, April. I'm going to put my treble clef on there. My battery died on my camera, so I went to my phone. Okay, so I opened that jump ring back up, and I'm going to stick it at the end of that. Remember, we rolled it down and close it off here. And I think I'm going to take another jump ring, open it, and put the little note on there, and put it in that jump ring that we just put on there and closed. I want to see what that looks like. Okay. And there it is. So you can tell me what you think. I'll try to grab a book here and show you what it does. Okay, so apparently what you do, you just lay it like that. And then close your book or your Bible or whatever. And it hangs down here. And it just makes And it's just a decorative thing for, let me pull you out here. Ignore my messy table. But that's all it does, and it's just real pretty on your book. So that is pretty. I may try to get some more of these and make some. I like that. All right, well, that's all for this video. Again, that is the August 2025 bargain bead box. I have bent that leather on my Bible. And so I made my daughter a bracelet and a bookmark out of this kit. Here's a little bit closer view, but I forgot to mention, some of you may be wanting to see her reaction to this. I will see if she lets me do a reaction, but my girls really don't like being on my videos, so I don't put them on there unless I have their permission. So if she's not on here, then that's why she didn't really want to be on the video. So anyway, if you have any questions about bargain bead, curated bead box, I've got it in the unboxing, but basically they are a curated bead box company, and that looks awful. My table is a mess. It'll get cleaned here in a second, I promise. But it is a curated bead box company, and it's like $20 a month. That's with shipping and taxes and everything. In the description box below, I will have their link. So go through that link, which will be going through me. But I'm affiliated with them. I think I have to tell you that. But if you haven't heard that before, it's not much. And in no way does it change the price of yours. But you can go on there, and if you have never purchased anything through them before, put in April 35 and you'll save 35% off of your very first box. And I think it roughly brings it down to around 17 bucks. So go check them out. And I've been pleased with them. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. And I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. Okay.
Oh, that is so pretty.
I thought you'd like it.
Where'd you even get these notes from?
In my curated bead box in the kit for this month.
It's really pretty.
And then I also made you this. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a bookmark.
Oh, that's super cute.
The metal part goes on the inside of your book, and that hooks over like the binding on the side, and that hangs down.
Well, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Hey, if you like this video, you may want to check out my previous video or my previous series. Talk to you soon.